Hey everybody, good morning. It's Sunday and it's time for my Facebook Live or my YouTube Live, depending on where you're joining me from. I am just getting all set up to make sure that you can all hear me. And one of the things I did not do this morning was just turn on my other monitors so that I can see comments and make sure that you guys can see me. Alrighty, I think we're good. I'll wait for someone to jump on and tell me if they can hear me, but I'm pretty sure you can. Let me check over here on my... Hi, Keisha. Good morning. Keisha usually tells me if she can hear me. Yeah. Yeah. So everything's good. Sound check. Check. Good morning. Good morning, Jennifer. Good morning, Diane. And I have a Facebook user who I'm not quite sure who that is. Anyway, good morning. Yeah, oh great. Everything's great. Look at this beautiful paper that I've got showing on my other screen. Isn't that gorgeous? Here we go. Okay, good morning, you guys. Hope you're doing well. I am on my first cup of tea, so I'm just going to wait for some others to join us. So I hope you're all doing well today. I haven't looked outside. It looks kind of chilly. I can't believe it. It's May 1st and it feels kind of chilly. Anyway, welcome. I'm Allison Sullivan, and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in New Westminster, British Columbia, which is on the west coast of Canada. And I'm so glad you're here today because I've got lots to share with you. So we can get started. We've got a few of you on here, so we can get started. And ooh, I got an itchy nose. My mother was Scottish, and there's always these superstitions, and I can't remember what the itchy nose is. Letter from a stranger, I don't know, something. Morning, Janet. Good morning, Mo. Alrighty, you guys, so let's kind of head over and I'll get started. So now you should be able to see my screen. Okay, and I wanted to show you this exciting promotion that's happening in May, starting on the 3rd. So that's Tuesday. When you want to, if you want to get some new products from the catalog and you want a deal, there is an add-on to the starter kit in May. I'm going to kiss a fool. Well, that's easy, Diane. There's a lot of them around. Hi, Ellie. And you will get an assorted pack in addition to your starter kit, which is a fabulous deal because you're going to get $165 of product of your choice, and you're only going to pay $135, and there's no shipping on that. So that's kind of cool. And in addition to that, you will earn this free gift from Stampin' Up!, which is an assorted pack of the cardstock, a package of the designer series paper 6x6. Now I put out just a sample here. So you're going to get 8 of each of the 8 sets. So 4 of each design in the 5 colors. So it works out to be 40 sheets. And you're also going to get, woohoo, all the new ink pads. So you're going to get that plus a special in color grid sheet pack, which is kind of cool. And I've worked out that the value of that is about $120. So in addition to your $165 that you can pick whatever you want, you're going to get another $120. So what is that? $280 and you're only going to pay $135. So that's cool. Now, if you prefer not to join, that's fine too. You can just be a customer. You can join my In Color Club. And in my In Color Club, every month, what we're going to do is let's start with Sweet Sorbet. So let's say in May, Sweet Sorbet is going to be our In Color of the month for our club. So you're going to receive, a package of the cardstock. You're going to receive the 8 sheets of DSP in the Sweet Sorbet. You're going to receive the Sweet Sorbet stamp set. Oh gosh, stamp pad. You're going to receive the Sweet Sorbet re-inker. And you're going to receive the Sweet Sorbet blends. Wow, a lot, eh? You're going to receive 2 yards excuse me, of the Sweet Sorbet ribbon. Okay. And you're going to receive the Sweet Sorbet baker's twine. Okay, I think that's everything. Yeah, and then you're going to receive a PDF with instructions for 2 projects. And then you're going to also receive the make and take cards. So you're going to receive the make and take plus the little PDF to make it. Okay. And we'll get together for an hour once a month, and we'll go and make the cards together using the products in your kit that month. So that's would be, say, 1 month, and then the next month it would be a different color, and so on. And at the end of 5 months, you'll have all the in color products, and the cost per month is $70, but that actually works out to be a less money than if you bought it all separately. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. So that's the specials this month, and I'm just going to move all this off of my workspace because we've got some stamping to do today. It's all in the way. Alrighty, so that's 2 things I wanted to tell you. Okay, so today we're going to use a brand new stamp set. I'm so excited. We're going to be using Nature's Print. Let me get this down here so you can see it. And let me get the coordinating dies, because this comes as a bundle. It's in the brand new catalog that's coming out on Tuesday. So here's the dies that go with it. Oop, move that over. Okay. And it's got some other fabulous products in that suite, including the fabulous, this is kind of the showstopper, I think. So I like to have it sort of staggered so you can see it's not all just blue hitting you. Okay, so there we go. So lots of blues and grays. So that's one side. And then when I flip, we've got the other side. Okay, so beautiful. Oh, good morning, Allison. Oh my gosh, so nice to see you. Well, I can't see you, but I'm glad you're here. Hi, Wanda. Okay, so that's part of the suite. And then the last item in the suite is the Fern 3D embossing folder. And I'll show you how, hopefully you can see that fantastic fern. Okay, now at the end of the month, actually June 4th and June 5th, Ange McKay and I are having our catalog launch together, which we do every time there's a new catalog, and we're excited. And this is our featured suite. So I'm going to give you a little taste of it today. So when you join our launch, you are going to get half a package of the DSP. So that's the equivalent of 6 12 by 12s. You're going to get a package of pearls because we're going to be using those in our projects. And you're going to get a full roll of the gray granite ribbon. Look at this. This is all I have left of my beautiful ribbon. I've got more coming in an order this week, but that's all. I love it so much. That's all I've got left. So you're going to get a full roll of that. You're going to get instructions for 6 cards because it's a catalog launch. So I'm making 3 and Ange is making 3. We're going to get together and play and make the cards together on June the 4th. That's the Saturday. And we start at 10 a.m. Pacific time. Okay. And in addition to that, you'll get a PDF, which will show you how to make them so that in the future you'll have all the pieces that you need to, or the instructions so you can make the cards again. And there'll be a special if you want to add on the bundle. Okay, so that's kind of it in a nutshell. We can't advertise. We can advertise, but we can't really put pictures or anything online. So we're going to kind of wait till Tuesday to do that. Now, the new thing that we're doing this time, which we've never done before, is on the Sunday, we're going to actually have a add-on classes from the annual catalog. Now, if you've been a customer of mine and you've made a purchase in the last 6 months, you will have received one from me. Now, it may be still in the mail, but you're getting one. Isn't this gorgeous? This is the cover. Now, if you've got it, you can mark down on a piece of paper. Ange's add-on class is going to be Elephant Parade. And it's on page 48. It's absolutely adorable. As you can guess, it's about elephants. And it comes with the, we're going to have 4 cards, and it comes with the stamp set. And we're going to have a super duper special if you want to add on the dies. And then my class is going to feature the Cheerful Basket stamp set, which is on page 35. So mark that down. Super cute basket with cats and art supplies and all sorts of fun things. And again, we're going to have a special on, it's going to come with the stamp set, but we're going to give you a really stinking good deal on the dies, okay, to match if you want. So that's, I think, all I wanted to tell you before we get started. Other than the PDF for Border Buddies this month is the Tulip, the Fields, what's it, Flowering Fields, I think it's called. Yeah, Flowering Fields. So this is the, this is the suite that Patsy and I are using for our Border Buddy free PDF when you make an order in our stores. She's in the US, Patsy Wagner, Stamps to Die For, and I'm in Canada, Stamp Crazy with Allison. When you make a purchase of any size in our stores, we send you a PDF with instructions for 6 gorgeous cards. And this is also the featured suite for my class to go in May. Okay, I think that's it. Let's get started. So what am I going to need? I'm going to need my Nature's Print stamp set. And I've got all of these little bits here. I've also got, let's see here, I want a silicone mat. If you guys don't have a silicone mat, you need to get one. When you get glue on a silicone mat, you can just rub it with your finger and the glue comes off. Isn't that cool? And we're going to need that for this project. I am using the fantastic DSP. Here it is. Sun Prints DSP. And I have chosen patterns. I've chosen some grays. So I want to use the gray sides. And I've chosen what I call the dandelion side. I don't know if it's the dandelion side or not, but I like it. And then these are like little ferns. Isn't that pretty? So I've taken these and I've cut them into some strips. And let me grab my strips. So here's examples of the strips that I've got, right? Okay, so you can see. And I've cut them into widths of kind of random here. So 1.5, 1 1/4, 1 inch. So just get a whole bunch of strips and cut them up. Now for lengthwise, you want them to be at least 5 inches. At least that's what I found is good. Because this paper is 12 by 12, I just left them as 6 inches long. Okay, so let me show you what we're going to do first. We are going to bring in our cutter. Okay, can you see that? I think you can. And I want to take my strip and I want to cut from this corner down to this corner, so diagonally. Okay, so the easiest way to do that is to set it in the channel. So hopefully you can see the channel is right here. Okay, I've had a little accident with my pick tool, or well, I can still use it, I guess. So here's the channel that we're talking about. Can you see that? So I want this point to be in the channel, and I want the point at the very bottom to be in the channel. Okay, does that make sense? All right. So once I've got that all sorted, I'm going to lower my arm and I'm going to take my blade and just cut up. Okay, and then you can see that I've got these kind of funny looking little triangles. And you're going to go ahead and do that with all your pieces. So I'll do one more. I've already gone ahead and cut a bunch because otherwise you'd be here all day with me. Well, not quite, but you know what I mean. Okay, so again, we got a point here and a point here. Close our, and then we're just going to cut them. Okay, so that's what you're going to do to get started with our project. This is called a Starburst card. So I think I'll show you the finished card. I don't usually show you it first, but here's what we're going to end up making. Hi, Lisa. Okay, so here's my card. So we see where we've got these strips, and that's the reason we've got them. Okay, makes sense? So let's start. I start with a piece of cardstock. Now you can use any color. I do like the white because I do like the white space in between. Some people are make these where they actually don't have a space. They just butt everything up against each other, and that's nice too. I just haven't made one yet. Okay, and this piece here is 3 3/4 by 5. And the first thing I want to do is get my pencil, and I want to just mark 2.5 inches, which is half. Okay, that just gives me a visual of where it is. It doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, now the next thing I want to do is grab these fantastic little triangles. And the easiest thing I found is to sort of, flip them over so you get the two colors so you can sort of see what's going on. Does that make sense? You're watching from Arizona, Lisa? Rub it in, girlfriend. Rub it in. You picked a good time to go down. It's so cold up here this year. I don't know why. So I'm just going to start with a piece in the middle here, like so. And then what you're doing is you're just staggering from there. So let's grab this one. Looks good. And I'm not sticking them down yet. I'm just kind of figuring out where I want them in different shades here. Because this blue is more of the Pacific Point blue. And then this one's more of the brand new Starry Night, which is a brand new color. Oh, I like this one. And you kind of want it different widths. And like I said, you're not gluing these down or anything. So you're just laying them out so you can get an idea of how you think this might end up being. Okay. Oh, I love this dandelion one, if that's what it is. I'm not sure if it's a dandelion or not. Okay. So we get the idea. And the reason I'm laying it all out first here is I'm going to then remove the pieces and then put them back. This is a nice one. I haven't seen this one. I don't think I've used this one yet. That's kind of nice. Okay, so you can see we've got the two ends here. I'm not worried about that right now. Okay, so I'm just going to move all my other little bits and bobs away. And I'm going to leave this one in the middle. And these ones I'm just going to put off to the side, kind of in order of how I'm going to glue them on. Okay, and then same with this one. This is going to be the top. Da-da. Da-da, and da-da. Does that make sense? We're all good? I don't know how many times I've said that. It's sunny in Qualicum Beach. Well, of course it's sunny in Qualicum Beach, Allison, because it's always sunny in Qualicum Beach. Actually, Des and I have been looking at houses over there. Can't move now because I have an elderly mother-in-law. But we're thinking, maybe for retiring, it would be nice to go over to the island. So maybe I'll be your neighbor. That would be nice. So you can see that I've just started by gluing this down. Okay. All right. Pretty easy. Yay. Well, I'm not saying for sure, but we've been looking at them because there's lots of nice places over there. Hi, Kathy. So again, we're just going to, now you can use your Stampin' Seal. I like using, I'm a white glue fanatic. And the other thing I wanted to say is because we're using our silicone mat, even though I've got glue that's come off, doesn't matter because it's not going to stick. Okay, so we're just going around. When I first made one of these, I made a couple the other day, and I was a little intimidated, but my friend and team member, Leanne Binder, she shared this at our one of our meetings, our team meetings. And it was hers were so fabulous. I can't do justice to hers. But I thought, no, I'm going to try this because I always say I'm going to try what our team members share with each other. It was such a great group. They come every month and somebody steps up and does a creative share. And so I'm going to start making the cards that they share with us. This month, one of our team members shared how to do the Northern Lights cards. So that is a challenge that I'm going to take up. Let's see if I can make that. Isn't this paper gorgeous? And all of the paper that's in the new catalog, it's just that you can't go wrong. It's just beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. So pick anything, any theme. I think that when you start doing special cards like this, I don't know about you guys, but I get kind of addicted to them. I don't know about you. Then I'm like making hundreds of them. And I'll show you a couple more I've made when we're finished. Okay, so that's kind of the idea of how we're going to get started. Now we got these goofy little end pieces here. And it's going to have to be a gray one, right? So I'm going to just look through my gray patterns. And what I want to do is I want to have the right distance, but I have to cover my corner. So that's the only caveat. And I think that will work. So here's what I do. I just take my glue and I'm just going to go like that. And I'm going to line this up so that I get my space, but I also cover my corner. And then down here, I'm going to need a blue one. Okay, so let's have a look through my blues. You want it to be thick enough because it's going to have to cover that corner. I think that would be nice. But I might be able to get away with the smaller one. Yep, that will cover it. And then I can keep my big one for another card. You can make tons. I only cut maybe 4, not even 4, maybe 3 strips, 12 by 12, and then cut those in half. So there we go. Okay, so that just needs to set. When you're finished doing all of that, you're going to turn it over and you're going to cut this off because you want it to go back to that. Now, I've been doing this by using my cutter, which it got kind of sticky. So I actually went ahead last night and did one, and then it's dry. So I can use my cutter and it won't be so bad. However, you can also just use your scissors. If you're feeling like you're good at using scissors to cut this, go right ahead. So let's do that. Some people like to be really perfect, and so they grab their cutters, but you know what? I think this is good. And if you're really feeling like it's not perfect, go in with your cutter afterwards and cut it. Make it straight, especially a little cutter will work really well. But I think that looks pretty good. Okay, now these little bits, you can save these, and actually they make a nice way of adding an end to them. So let's move this over. So this is the one that I did last night in preparation. But because I've already got this one, I'm going to just change horses in the middle of the race here. I am just going to use this one because I've already dealt with the corners, and there is a complicated way that some people do the corners, but I just think the way I showed you is the easiest way. Just grab a piece and stick it on there. Okay. I'll show you what the other way you can do it in 2 secs. Just cut all this off. And I have been using my cutter. So if you're not comfortable using your scissors, that's okay. Just use your cutter, okay? Or use your cutter to trim it up and make it perfect. So that's the one we just did. Now, the one that I did yesterday, I haven't got my corners done. So you can grab these little bits that are left over. So you see how they're all little, just weird sizes. And you can use those to complete your pattern. You just want it to make sure that it covers the corner. And this way you're not using a whole strip. Okay. So that's another way to do it. So let's clear all this out. Any questions so far? No questions. All righty. Now, this is a brand new color. This is Starry Sky. I say that because because it's so beautiful. So Starry Sky, I'm going to use that as my layer here. And then all of this is going to go on gray granite. But we need some sort of saying, right? So let's go to our stamp set here. And I'm going to actually use, this is a new die set called Stylish Shapes Dies. And you get, let's have a look at this. You get squares. And what I like about it is it's a double stitch. So you've got the outer stitch and the inner stitch all on one die, which is nice. So you get squares, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 squares. We're going to get what I would call little banners. So there's 4 of those. And then, excuse me, there's circles. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops, how many do we have? It's hard to tell with the doubles here. Just a sec, you guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 circles. So we're going to use the largest one. That's the banner one. So again, this is orderable on Tuesday, and it's called Stylish Shape Styles. So nice. Okay. Let's use, I did use Best Wishes and Helpful Thoughts on my original card, but I send so many thank you cards. Like, let's use the thank you. But before I do, I always like to make sure that, is that going to fit in there? And because of the way that Y goes, it's probably not. So, no thank you card. Let's just do the Best Wishes one. All right, so now I've got a piece of gray granite here. Here we go. Gray granite. Got my, didn't put my sticker on. I'm cutting it out so I don't need to know exactly where the words are. But sometimes I don't put my stickers on. Just call me weird, but I don't. I want to emboss this, so I'm going to use my embossing buddy. If you don't have one, you can use a Swiffer. That'll work. I'm just going to stamp this. Normally, I wouldn't stamp it in the middle and waste paper, but because we're on live, it's better for you to see by not being stingy with the paper. Okay, so we're going to just put, I'm going to do a double dip there, or double dump. Okay, and the reason that we use that Swiffer or our embossing buddy is because we want the oils that are naturally in our hands. We don't want that to pick up the stray bits of, excuse me, embossing powder. So let's heat set that. Good morning, Alicia. Welcome home from your fabulous vacation. Okay, we're just going to let that heat up. Once it gets started, it goes quick with the heat gun, but it does have to warm up a bit. Okay, here we go. Now I've got my and I'm going to use a piece of tape. I can't wait for the metallic or magnetic plate to come out. They're both coming out this year. They're in the catalog. If you have your catalog, you can check them out. I don't think they'll be orderable on Tuesday, but soon. Soon. Now, you see, I'm not centering this because I'm actually going to cut off this part of my die. So I'm just going to, that's why I want to use my tape, because I don't want it to move. All right, let's bring in our fabulous little baby boss who we love so much. And we've got our plates. Now, I want to remind you guys again, I always think it's like, I don't need to tell them this all the time, but I had a team member the other day who was really struggling with her mini emboss machine. The Stampin' Up! Instructions, let me just grab it, say to use plate 1. So you put plate 1 down, and then you put the clear plate. Then you put your paper and your die, and then a clear plate. I cannot get this plate to grab in my machine. So I don't do that. I use plate number 3, which is the light gray one. And then I've got my clear plate, paper and die, and then a clear plate. And I never have trouble. Okay, it's just, for some reason, it works really well with my machine. So if you're struggling, try it. Hi, Roseanne. Alicia just got back from a fabulous cruise on my favorite cruise line. One of those damn ships. I don't know which one she was on, Holland America, but they really are a superior cruise line, I think, anyway. That's just me. I prefer it to the others. So she's back. All right. So now we're just going to glue this down, and then I'm going to trim that off. Okay. So, isn't this fun? Are you guys going to try this Starburst? Of course, I want to make sure that I'm straight. Okay, and actually I'm going to do this. There we I made one yesterday and it was crooked. Don't know that work and it's crooked. I am going to use my little cutter this time. I'm not going to chance cutting that with my scissors. There we go. And now we can go ahead and stick it on that fantastic Starry Night. I hope you guys will come to our catalog lunch. I have made my 3 cards. I made them yesterday. And I can't show you them, but I did show my sisters and they said they were nice. So they usually would say, why don't you add this or why don't you add that? But no, they said they liked them. So I'm just going to leave them as is. Okay. And we're going to glue that to our gray granite. So that's simple, but such a great way to use up strips of DSP that you have left over, right? Or just to show both sides, because sometimes it's hard. You can't pick a side. Right? It's like picking your favorite kid. Can't do it. I'm going to add some pearls just randomly here. And put one here. And I see this one little piece is sticking up. So we'll just add some glue. Stick it down. Hold it in place. So that's the card we made today. Here's the card I made last night as my practice. And I've got another one that I can make because I've got that leftover one that I made, right? So here's this one. I just have to go ahead and finish it and I'll have 3 cards. Yay. Okay, I'm going to try it. It's so fun, Keisha. Try it. Thanks, Mo. Now, let me show you another card that I made with the Starburst. Here it is. Now, this one's using the Hues of Happiness. Oops. Hues of Happiness. And I got to say, it makes me happy. Isn't this gorgeous? This designer series paper is absolutely stunning. And this flower, even though there is a stamp set that you can use to cut it out, right? Stamp and color and cut out. I just cut it out from the paper. And I really love that. And then I've added the fabulous ribbon that's in the new in color, the Orchid Oasis. And then also some brand new gems. Now, this particular bundle, or Sweet Happiness Hues, is a Border Buddy upcoming PDF class. And we're doing that in June. So in June, we're going to be featuring this stamp set dies in DSP. So those are 2 that I made, like those. And then I've got one that I didn't finish yet. But this is using the masculine stamp set. And I just have to put you can see that I had to tear my sentiment off this morning because it was way crooked, but I'm just going to I'm going to actually do a circle because that's another thing you could do. So those dies that we were using earlier that I put somewhere, here we are. I'm going to stamp a saying from that stamp set. Just grab this and I'm going to position it so it's like that. And I'm going to have the card go this way rather than this way. Okay. Does that make sense? And since, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. And since I've got this sort of all ready to go, why don't I just finish it? Let's finish it. Let's finish it together. Okay. So here's the stamp set. He's all that. Excuse me. And I like this one, Hello Handsome. I think that's the one I was using this morning. Which of course has disappeared. So now we're going to have to use something else. Let's see. Wishing you a happy Father's Day. Some of these are not going to work. So let me see. You know, I cleaned up this morning because obviously I wasn't going to be using this stamp set because I was going to show you this one. I feel so good when I watch other demonstrators because they do the same thing I'm doing right now. It's like, where did I put that? Where did I leave that? Oh, so I don't feel so bad. Okay, so let's do that. And we're going to stamp that. I think it would be nice on crumb cake. So let me grab a piece of crumb cake from this stash here. Here we go. And again, I'm going to emboss it. Now, you can just stamp this in a nice color, you know, like I'm thinking the early espresso would be nice. But I think I'm going to use black. Let's use black. Maybe that'd be good. I think that'll stand out nicely on the crumb cake. So that's Hello Handsome. I like the little mustache. It's cute, isn't it? I find black the hardest color to use. I don't know about you guys, but sometimes I find that it just has its own, you know, just goes its own way and does its own thing sometimes. It's a really cute stamp set. I should show you it again. So we've got Father's Day, some classic cars, Man Who Does Everything. And then, of course, there's dies that go with this too, which is fabulous. And the designer series paper is really fun. Alrighty, Hello Handsome. Let's get that done. I've got that. Did I get his little mustache? I think so. Okay. It's funny. This actually in person on this brown paper almost looks, I mean on crumb cake, almost looks brown instead of black. I want to trim this down so it can fit into my mini machine. Okay, that's good because the platform is only about 3 3/4 inches. So can't have a piece of paper that's too wide. All right. And so let's see here. I need a circle that's going to cover up the mistake I made, but I only want it to be the top part, right? So let's grab and this is so funny. I should one day leave my other camera on and you could just see this colossal mess that is in my office. But it might make you feel like it's not so bad what you've got in your office, your studio. We always think that everybody else is so neat and tidy, and I look like my place looks like a bomb went off half the time. But it's a creative bomb, so it's not so bad. Okay, let's see here. So I think that looks good. I'm just going to glue that down. And hopefully not have to rip it off. This is the one that wasn't straight this morning. It was all crooked. It was driving me nuts. There we go. That's going to work. And then let's mount this on some, let's pull some of these colors. Early Espresso, that's Soft Succulent. So let's grab those because I have those cut already. So that's what I'm going to be doing. And then I'm going to be mounting it on the Soft Succulent. I think that's sufficiently glued. Hi, Lois. If you've just joined, you guys, you can go back. Once this is over, like once my filming is over and we're no longer live, you can go back and watch the rerun. And if you go to my YouTube channel, you can easily find all my past videos. So I invite you to go over there and have a look. Okay. I love this paper. And I like this way of having it, you know, not on the side, but opening, or the focal point being at the bottom of the Starburst. So you can do this in lots of different ways. Like I said, my team member and friend, Leanne Binder, she showed us so many fabulous things. I am going to branch out and try the harder ones. There are actually harder ones. But I thought I better start with the easy ones first. So what do we think? That's kind of cute. Okay, so that's the He's All That Sweet. And that's the Happiness, Hues of Happiness. We'll bring these down, Hues of Happiness. Sorry, I think my camera is a little higher than, or a little further back than normal. So I hope these have been in, I hope you guys have been able to see what I'm doing. And then here's the one that we did. Okay, so hopefully we can see that. Let's actually bring this up a titch. And then maybe I could do this. Maybe they will be all on screen. There we go. That's a bit better. There we go. Is that fun? So I hope you guys are going to try this. I really hope I've been in screen because it's lower than it normally is. Normally I'm up here. So, oh my goodness. Hope that's been okay today. Yikes. Okay, guys, here I am. So if it's not, then I will probably redo it or something, but I hope it is. So what have I got here? I've got a Facebook user who I can't see her name, but she's a new stamper. I missed how you did the Starburst. Are you going to give instructions for what I missed? Yes. What you can do is once this is over, like once I've stopped recording, it'll come up and you can click and start it again. Okay. So, oh, I guess I could have like that so you can see the cards. Keisha's going to give it a try. Springtime in Sweden. Oh my gosh, somebody's coming. That's our Facebook user. Welcome all the way from Sweden. How fun. Okay. All right. Hi, Leslie. I think I missed you, and I missed the other Leslie earlier, and Wanda. So thank you guys. Oh my gosh, so many of you joined today. Thank you so much. So next up, what's up on our Facebook Live tour? Tuesday will be Ange McKay over on North Shore Stamper. She'll be sharing a card using the Sun Prints because we'll be showing you ideas that tie in with our catalog launch party. And then I will be on Wednesday at 3 for my normal Facebook. And then I'll be on again on Thursday. You'll be so sick of me. A Thursday at 5. And that will be a Sun Prints. Okay. So that's about it. I'll be putting all the information about registering for our launch when we have when we're able to finish off our graphics and things, because the catalog will have gone live and we can share pictures of the stamp sets and whatnot. Alrighty. So if you have any questions, please just post them here. And if you have any questions about joining Stampin' Up! During the special May 3rd to 31st, I'd be happy to help you and would welcome you to our wonderful community of stampers. So thank you so much. Have a great day, everybody, and I hope you get some creative time in. Please try the Starburst and please post your cards to our page. We'd love to see them. Bye for now. Have a great